We are largely involved in fostering deep science innovations, and we are primarily, slowly and steadily getting a, kind of a grip on in terms of how do you actually handhold and nurture an innovation for all the way. When you talk about an organization, we largely talk about early, proof of concept studies and so on, but soon we realize that there is a longer journey. From that perspective, now, if I may add and respond to your question, I think we are seeing a phenomenal surge in terms of what we are doing in healthcare, in terms of medical devices or medtech. It's absolutely mind-boggling that what we are doing. And I would then connect to the current situation in pandemic, but I'll just take 1 minute and possibly say that in last 8 to 10 years, we are seeing a fantastic innovation attempts which are happening, which are very important, because we realize that many on ground problems of the societal healthcare problems are largely very specific in nature and require a specifically molded innovations which are indigenous in nature. Otherwise, what would happen is that there is a mismatch. That is, the final fitting actually becomes an issue that relates to the infrastructure aspects, relates to the the human resource aspect and so on. On the ground, we have to have an ear on the ground to understand the problems and the healthcare innovation. And that's where I think the change has happened since 2011-12 onwards. Government has put in efforts to foster innovations. And we are seeing hundreds of those innovations coming together who are challenging the best of the world, which is good for all of us. Who are the young, talented innovators are challenging the devices which are made by the equivalents of Philips, Siemens, anyone whom we can talk about, like even Agape and so on, who are good friends of ours. So what's happening? So it's very good, interesting things are happening. If I may connect very quickly so that I don't take up too much time. In this pandemic, that spirit has come to use phenomenally. The reason being that when pandemic came and we were hoping, quote unquote, that it would only to a few geographies in India may not have it. In March end, we realized that we are not necessarily disconnected now, right? And then it would become to us. But at that time, we were unprepared, and we should possibly, accept that we were not exactly prepared. So when we are unprepared means that we did not have solutions to respond to that. What was happening? We were always had healthcare solutions